Hello once again, Niner Faithful, and welcome back to another episode of 49ers Playbook on the channel that's trying to answer the whys and hows of the game. And welcome to any Cowboys fans that might be joining us. The 49ers will host the visiting Cowboys this week in the divisional round, and on paper, in a lot of ways, the teams seem to be built similarly. They both have balanced offensive attacks, top edge rushers, are tough down the middle, and have multiple playmakers. Both teams have been very good at taking the ball away this year. While Dallas is a very talented team, they have weaknesses to exploit. We'll jump to the film and you'll see why I feel good about San Francisco's chances to come out of the divisional round with a win and advance to the NFC Championship game. You're watching Johnny Dell's Football Academy. Dallas likes to try and stay balanced on offense, even though much of the offense runs through CeeDee Lamb. But to do that, you need a balanced attack, and the Cowboys have a 1-2 punch of Pollard and Elliott. It is a Mike McCarthy offense, so that means a heavy dose of inside zone and some outside zone with a little bit of power man. But stopping the inside zone is paramount. Here, Dallas is going to be in shotgun, and they're going to try and run a zone read. At the snap, Graham gets under Tyron Smith's pads and drives him into the rushing lane to squeeze the hole. The way the blocking rules work, Martin and the center are working zone rules, so Martin is supposed to peel off and pick up the backside. It leaves Blankenship unblocked, and they stop it for no gain. Philadelphia was routinely able to control the line of scrimmage on the defensive side, and the Cowboys really struggled getting anything going with their running backs. Here, Dallas is going to try and run a wide zone, which, if you've watched the channel, is something you'll be familiar with. Philadelphia's defensive line eats up the combo blocks and doesn't allow the center and tackle to get up on the second level. Then they're trying to block Hassan Reddick with a tight end, and sorry Cowboys fans, your tight ends are not good run blockers. If we go to the 49ers, Las Vegas is trying to run an inside zone. Now, Las Vegas had the second most rushing yards on the 49ers this season, but the majority of that came in the first half. Here you'll see T.Y. McGill and Armstead eat up the combo blocks and leave Greenlaw and Warner free. This also comes down to details. The blocking rules have the lineman taking on the man who comes to their side and leaving the man who doesn't. Both guys are taking on both blockers equally. This doesn't give either a clear disengagement point, and the Raiders get a short gain. Here the Raiders are trying to come with a wide zone, and they are able to get up on the second level with their blocks, but it's at the cost of their scoop blocks. The center isn't able to handle McGill on his own, and it changes the attack angle of the running back. And Armstead is able to get down the line and make the play. Oftentimes, teams just aren't able to handle the defensive line of San Francisco and get to the second level on the linebackers. Here, Las Vegas is again trying to run a wide zone. First, notice how Bosa sets a hard edge. He takes on the tackle and stands him up. Then T.Y. McGill takes on the combo block and doesn't allow the guard up on Fred Warner. And Warner and Ward are able to shoot in to stop the run. Remember, this is the team that had the best rushing day versus a healthy 49ers front, and this is what happened to them in pretty much the entire second half of the game. If the 49ers are able to stifle the run game, you can force the game onto Dak Prescott's shoulders and onto his offensive line, who have been banged up. Here, the Cowboys are trying to run a smash concept, which is a short curl route paired with a deep corner route. Washington is playing a matching zone where they'll match vertical routes. Dak wants the smash, it's not there, but his right tackle is beat badly, and he panics and tries to outlet it. But that's a throw you can't make. Can't be laid on the outside like that when a corner is going to be sitting on the throw, and it's nearly a pick. From the end zone, you can see that Tyron Smith got beat badly. I imagine the 49ers putting Bosa on Tyron Smith quite a bit. Then, the next play, now worrying he can't work through his progressions in time, Dak is going to predetermine this throw on an out route. The corner is sitting on it, and it's not a great throw for a pick six. Then other times, he's just not seeing the field well. Here the Cowboys are running a dagger plus sucker concept. The dagger is a seam route or a post route, in this case a post, paired with a dig or deep in route. The idea is to clear it out with the vertical and then hit the dig underneath. You then also put a hook route over the middle as the outlet to create a 3-level vertical stretch. The Commanders have a safety down the hash, and the weak side safety is aligned over the tackle closer to the line of scrimmage. And the mic is shaded to the 3 receiver side. This is showing you cover 3 buzz. That hook zone safety is going to look to help on crossing routes. Dak locks onto the middle safety, sees him drop back, and he never checks the backside safety. If he does, he'd see he'd had a hook wide open. Instead, he never sees it and nearly throws a pick on a hospital ball. Now pair this with all the different ways Ryans can scheme a pass rush. Here the 49ers are facing the Cardinals, and they're going to have Omenihu and Armstead in a wide 9, and Bosa head up on the tackle. They then walk up Fred Warner over the center, and Al-Shaair over the running back. This forces the line to account for everyone to create one-on-ones. At the snap, Warner takes a jab step to widen the center and then cross his face, forcing the center to pick him up, and Bosa will slant across the guard and will twist Ebukam around. You now have gotten a defensive end on a running back in pass protection one-on-one, and that's a one-on-one that no team ever wants, and Ebukam gets in for a sack. Then, when you have a quarterback not responding well to pressure, they have to face the prospect of Nick Bosa influencing the game, like on this play when Nick Bosa drove the left tackle into Jarrett Stidham to throw a pick in overtime. On offense, it's going to be about establishing the run. Dallas is very good down the middle. Here, the Eagles are trying to run a zone read, and Osa, I won't even try and say his last name, is able to take on a double team, clog up the point of attack for no gain. Then here, another zone run, and again they're able to eat up the combo block, keep Barr free, and stymie the run. Where they are vulnerable is on the edge. Here, Philadelphia is going to run this read counter lead. Parsons doesn't set a good edge at all, and the Eagles are able to get a big gain. Here, Washington is running a wide zone. This is an interesting look, though, that I saw a number of times on film in this game. When Washington would run away from Parsons, the tackle would kick out like he was in a pass blocking set, and every time Parsons came with a pass rush. This neutralized his speed to chase down these runs from the backside. It will be interesting to see if Shanahan and Trent Williams borrow that, but they're coming with the wide zone and Parsons providing no pursuit from the backside. When the defense over pursued on the front side, the cutback lane is wide open. And we've seen what McCaffrey can do when teams over pursue on these runs like Seattle did. Dan Quinn likes to play man coverage on early downs, and I think there are possibilities to go after Diggs, who does play with dirty eyes at times. Here the Eagles come out and they're going to have a play action fake and hit Brown on a slant flat concept. Note how Diggs has traveled with him. So what do you do next? The very next play, same formation, and they'll run the same look, but this time have Brown on a sluggo or slant and go. And Diggs drives on the slant and gives up a huge play. Last week, the 49ers attacked Tariq Woolen for plays like this when they came with a hard run action fake and sent Jennings on a vertical route. Dallas also struggled in their matchup against Dallas Goedert in Philly. They're in man coverage and Curse is on Goddard. Goddard just wins. Now imagine that matchup with George Kittle. So if not in cover 1 man, Quinn will use a cover 3 match on rundowns to help against the run. The cover 3 match is one where you'll have zone defenders matching vertical releases. People will often mistake this for man coverage, but it gives you the ability to protect the seams but asks a lot of your mic, as they'll often have to match crossing routes from a receiver. Here, Clark ends up having to match McLaurin on a crossing route, and Washington gets in for the score. If we go back to the Saints game, New Orleans had some similar concepts, and Demario Davis had to match Deebo Samuel on a crossing route just like this, and you see what happens when you ask a linebacker to match Deebo. Here's another play that is specifically designed to beat this matching 3, the choice clear concept. So San Francisco can run this from 21 personnel. You put McCaffrey out wide as a coverage check, Deebo in the backfield, Juice is here in the slot like he is on this play. They're going to run double verticals. Against a match 3, you'll have the corner and either the curl flat or the hook curl depending on how the defense plays it, run with the inside vertical. And then you get Deebo on a choice route. He'll come out and whichever defender runs with the vertical, he'll choose the route going to their vacated zone. But this is where the versatility in the personnel groupings for the 49ers really make this difficult. So Seattle is worried about this happening as we're in 21 personnel, but McCaffrey is split out, Deebo in the backfield. So they're in a 2 shell. And we just run our wide zone toss. And you get Big Trent out there, Kittle on a linebacker, with Juszczyk coming up and picking up the safety, and it's a big gain. So, to protect against this, one thing Dan Quinn likes to do is heavy disguise of his defenses. Here, this is against the Eagles in Week 16, and they're showing a single safety look pre-snap with man coverage alignment. The Eagles have a flood concept called with a streak, a corner route, and a flat route. But post-snap, they shift out into a Tampa 2 zone. Minshew misses the rotation and never sees Barr, who's the matching defender down the middle, turned away from Brown on the seam route and misses a possible touchdown. I saw Quinn do this to Tom Brady a ton on Monday night, and it's something that I expect him to throw at Brock Purdy. And the cameraman says, "Hey, wait a minute, is that Aaron Andrews?" It doesn't just create problems for the quarterback. Here, against the Buccaneers, Quinn is showing a single safety defense, which we call middle of the field closed. So the tight end is on a play where if it's middle of the field closed, he runs a skinny post. If it's a middle of the field open or a split safety defense, he'll run a post. Post snap, the Cowboys rotate out into a split safety defense. Brady is throwing the post route. His tight end is running a skinny post. He didn't catch the post snap change in the defense. After this play, you could see Tom Brady yelling towards his tight end. The problem is the 49ers have great equalizers for these things in Christian McCaffrey. You better beware dropping out like this late because Kyle Shanahan isn't afraid to hand the ball off on 3rd and long. Like here against the Cardinals, he hands it off on 3rd and 17 on a draw play and McCaffrey picks up the first down. You don't want your safeties in a backpedal with McCaffrey coming out of the backfield with the ball in his hands. Then when you think you have the wide zone bottled up, you have the choice routes bottled up, you have Kittle bottled up, then they hit you with the slide concept and you get Debo in the open, he's gone. Everywhere you look at the matchup with Dallas, San Francisco has an answer. I see answers schematically and personnel-wise. The 49ers have all the tools to come out of the divisional round with a win. Will they? That comes down to execution. They have to establish the run game, attack the edges, slow down Parsons and Lawrence, and don't let them pin their ears back in a pass rush. Execute the game plan. On defense, they have all the tools to slow down a potent Cowboys offensive attack. They're the number 1 defense in the league, have playmakers at every level, but they have to play the details right. Mike McCarthy is a coach that will make you pay if you aren't on the details. Overall, it should be a great game, but one I expect us to win. Thank you for tuning in. If you'd like to support the channel in any way, I'll have links for that below. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and go Niners.